So we're going to start with the roller across our backs here. And we'll just take it right below the shoulder blades, right at the tip of the blades. So we'll start here, supporting your head with your hands, back of the skull. I guess we interlace or just supporting the skull here. And then we'll start to arch back. So look up at the ceiling and behind you. Let your hands support the weight of the head and fall back here into extension. Elbows widen and drop. Chin to your chest, nod your hip forward. Look down your nose into the abdominal wall and you pull the elbows together as you rock forward here. The waistline sinking towards the ground so your spine is in flexion. And then we take it back again. Feet about 4 to 5 inches apart, knees in line, center of each foot. Go into that extension, feel the stretch from your jaw to your tail, and then exhale, pull that line together. So as you pull the chest forward, up and in, you're rounding the back and lifting your tailbone up off the mat. And then as you go back into extension, the tail will drop, so you roll towards the base of your sacrum, the big triangular bone near the base of the spine. You feel the stretch in the abdominal wall here, particularly the belly, rib cage down to the pubic bone. Exhale forward. Elbows narrow as you go forward to widen the shoulder blades across your back. And then as we go back into extension, feel the blades knit together behind you. As you open up the chest and move into spinal extension. Now coming up, let's add the right knee coming up in towards the right chest. Look down your nose into the navel. And then you lower the foot should land as your spine goes back into full extension here. Spread the foot into the ground, complete the arch, and then lift your head coming up, pull the left leg in, so alternating the knee folds. You're into pretty deep hip flexion, and then lower the foot down. As you're lowering the spine back down into extension, feel the roll under your back, helping to massage it out. And then exhale to come forward into your flexion with the right leg pulled into the right chest. Your gaze right down your midline. And then lower the leg as we arch back. And then exhale coming up, left leg kick. On the next set, we're going to add rotation here through the spine. So coming up on the exhale, you'll lift and twist. Left chest towards the inside of the right thigh. And then unwind as you lower the leg down and go back into extension across your roller. Coming up again here, twisting in the opposite direction. Use the full exhale to lower. Inhale, lift and twist here to your right. Balance on the right shoulder blade. And then come back, lowering down, roll across the blades. It pulls back, and then we come up again, twisting to your left. We're going to control the weight of the leg down, so you're working your psoas to bring the foot gently to the ground. Now here, we're going to keep the hands behind the head, push through your feet, lift your hips up in the air, and we're rolling back and forth from the top of the shoulders to the base of the rib cage. At the base of the ribs, you're in flexion. As the knees go forward, you lift your hips, you drop your head. You're an extension of the spine here, extension of the hips. Really push into your legs to push back towards the base of the ribcage in flexion. And then arch to go forward with the knees out over the toes. Hang your head down low as you lift your hips high. Just of course watch out for any bits of clothing, long hair, jewelry. Prevent it from rolling under the roller as you do this. Come forward into flexion. We may need to walk our feet a little closer in towards the roller at this point. And now rotate to your right, go on the right shoulder blade and go up and down along the lateral edge. Push and pull. With that massage, the movement's about 5 to 7 inches along the roller, just the length of the blade. And then we'll come to the other side. Getting the support of the back of the body to keep the hips elevated off the ground here. And then we can come center and lower the hips. All right, we're going to sit on up and then take the roller across under your legs in preparation for taking it across under the hips. And then once we lay down, you can elevate the hips up, bridge up, and take the roll across your glutes, right across sort of the base of the sacrum here. And I'll pull both knees into your chest, hold the roller to prevent it from rolling forward and away from underneath you. Legs zip together as if they were one, and let the knees fall over to the right. Turn your hips to the left. Big twist of the waist. Exhale, come back to center. And now the knees glide to the left as you turn your head to the right. Rotating the spine at both ends. Exhale, press into the roller with your arms. And then let's go to the right with the legs. Looking away here. Trying to keep the shoulders grounded so that you feel the big stretch diagonally into your abs and then to the other side. You also have the option of doing this movement by picking the left hip bone up and across the sky here to bring it to the other side, and that will bring the legs with the movement of the pelvic girdle. And then we can think of pressing down with the arms and pulling the right hip bone up, joint arms through the air. As you pull the right hip bone down, you really press the left legs towards the floor. So going from side to side, you can either lead with the knees and let the knees wag the tail, or you can lead with the pelvic girdle to pull the legs up and around with you. We're coming back to center. To lift the legs up to the ceiling, stretch them long. And here we'll bring the right leg back over your chest, the left leg forward over the mat for a scissor split. So inhale to switch, soft point with the feet, and exhale to switch again. We're alternating the breath pattern with the leg movement. Inhale for one side, and exhale for the reverse. You can focus on both the stretch in the hamstrings as the leg goes up and back, and also the reach across the top of the hip as the leg goes forward. Keep pulling, have the arms active here so the roller doesn't slip away. And let's do one more set. The toes are pointed without gripping them. And then we'll lift both legs up to the sky. Exhale, rotate and pull the legs apart sideways, side split. And exhale, pull the thighs together to pull the heels together at the top. And open again. And exhale to let them rise. Two more like this. Just a little bit of drag back into the roller. Arms are active here. And then you pull the legs apart last time and exhale to lift. Left leg stays up and the right leg goes out to the side. Exhale and pull it up. Try to move slowly enough that you don't feel it's all momentum. You want to feel the work of your muscles, and then bring the leg out, resisting gravity towards the ground. And then we pull the left leg up, all the way up till the heels tap, and then the right leg is out and over again. Try to keep your opposite hip heavy on the roller. And then lift the leg up to the ceiling. And again, here to the left. Open it sideways. It draws an arc from the ceiling down towards the ground. And then you trace that arc. And then here we're going into bicycle. So you can pull the left leg in and the right leg extends forward. Slide the foot along the mat before you pull the knee in over your chest. Get the leg into full extension. The knee should be straight before you start to bend it. And try to keep the knee straight as far as you can towards the floor before sliding the foot in and pulling the knee in over your chest. Similarly, when the leg is up in the air, you try to straighten it as soon as you can. So you're drawing a larger and larger arc in the air with each leg. And then when you're ready, you'll reverse and back pedal. The toes touch down and they skate across the mat. Flip the air up with the back of the front of your foot, over your shoulder. Get a nice reach and range of motion here with your legs. Should be nice and smooth. One more breath like this. And then both legs are up. And we'll bend the knees as you inhale, exhale, lower the feet to the ground. Here, lift your hips up and rotate the roller underneath you. We'll slide the right leg forward with the right hip opening and the right arm back with the chest opening here. Also shoulder mobilization. And then just stay here, feeling the stretch from your fingertips to your shoulder, to the hip bone crest, all the way down to the toes. You're going to notice where the body touches either the ground or the roller and how it relaxes into that. And then how the suspended parts of your body are just melting towards the floor. Breathing deeply in, and then exhaling slowly out. We'll do one more breath here. The hand goes back to the roller. The right foot slides back in, so you have a bent knee here, parallel to the other leg. And now the left side extends. Maybe first the leg and then the arm. Back of the hand into the ground. If you want, you can close your eyes to just feel the breath move in and out of your body here. And notice where there's weight and where there's floating of your body in space. Two sides can feel pretty different. When you do this at home, you might spend more time on the tighter side. Or maybe just more time overall, because this feels pretty great, right? And then now we'll slide the right leg forward too. If it's too much for your back, you can bend the other knee back in, even pull it all the way to your chest. And then we're taking the right arm back as well. We open up the whole front line of your body. The legs will want to rotate externally, allow that. And one more nice deep slow breath in. And exhale it out a little bit at a time. So the arms can come forward, just slide the feet in. And when the feet are grounded, we lift the hips up and take the roller out from underneath. Just go to the side. And we'll roll it up to sitting. So pull your left knee in, hands to the shin or to the back of the thigh, right leg in the air. Lift your head, pull forward and up to sitting on your mat. Good. All right. So we're doing a roll back into hundreds. Arms can extend forward. You can look down, curl the tail up, and reach forward through your heels. Legs together, here's traditional. And then you can fold the knees in and up on the tip of the blades. Legs can extend up in the air or stay in flexion with the knees. And we pump. Inhaling, 5 beats. Exhale, 5 more. So the arms reach long across the room. The feet softly lift up to the sky, toes are relaxed. But you press the inside edges of the legs together to sort of firm up the inner thighs and the low abdominals. Try to keep lifting your head and imagine that there's a long line here gathering together from your jaw to your tailbone. Ideally, we're feeling more of the work here in the low abdominal muscles. As you breathe in, let them expand. As you breathe out, let them pull together and pull tight. You're having a bend here right at the brow line or at the base of the chest wall. To keep your head up, your shoulders up off the ground. Let's go for one more breath. And then fold the knees in, lay your head down, and turn your head easy side to side, get a little release in the neck. And then slide the legs forward again for roll up. So here the arms go up and then back, weight in the shoulder blades. Keep the ribs grounded here, so you might not go all the way back with your arms. Take the hands up, the head, neck, and chest. Exhale, pull forward, diving over. If you need extra assistance, you're welcome to use the TheraBand. Everyone here looks good. And you can dive over and then start to reach back by the tail curling up through your thighs. Pull yourself back inch by inch. Allow the belly to support you on your curve down into your mat. Go all the way down, the head rests and the arms sink back behind you, opening up your chest. We rise again. Breathe through it, a big exhale to pick up the rib cage. Suck your waist back into the curve of your spine as you dive over and forward here. And then we're rolling it back, one vertebra at a time. You want to go down inch by inch by inch with perfect control on the way to the floor. You'll yawn your body open, stretch out to the center of each foot, and then lift again. Your body draws a beautiful arc through the air, and you end up making a C curve like a horseshoe on its side here. And back down again. Float to the ground. And then once we're down, we'll stay there. Circle the arms around and reach your TheraBand. We're taking this around the sole of the right foot, center of the band, on the ball of the foot and the arch, toes are above and free. And then we can lift the leg up to the ceiling, pull the elbows down low by your waist. You want the band to be wide there across the foot. And when you start with the leg vertical, The knee might be a little bit bent to bring the foot right over your head. But you could work towards a straight leg. If you point the foot up, you'll feel some work in the calf as you pull the toes down into flexion at the ankle. You feel a stretch of the calf muscle. Just do a couple of those. Heel ball toe and then triple heel, really articulate the whole foot. We're going to end in a soft point. And then we point the foot and circle it across the body, keeping the right hip down. The right leg goes down low, out to the side, and external rotation in neutral at the top. So the breathing is a short inhale to begin your circle, and then a long exhale all the way out, around, and up to the ceiling. You want to feel the lungs fill with air, and then exhale, gradually pay the air out. And at that point, as you're coming around the curve and up to the top, you want to feel your abdominal wall knit together. The transverse abdominis, the deepest one, is pulling tight in order to help the diaphragm move to push the air out of your lungs. So you take a deep, short breath in, and then a long, slow breath out. We're trying to empty the lungs here as much air as possible. Now pause and reverse. Out to the right. The left hip is grounded. It's glued to the floor. It's bolted to the ground, and the right leg pulls across and then up to the sky. Reaching it again. There's a little rotation through the leg. Externally rotate, neutral at the bottom. Internally rotate, and neutral at the top. For the work of your torso, pressing down into the ground in the opposite direction from where your leg is, you want to feel that integration of an organization of the body against the movement and weight of your leg movement. So we'll do one last one here. Push the leg out into space, circle it down, around, and all the way up. When we come to the top, we'll pause. Both ends of the band go into the right hand. At this point, you rotate the leg externally, left hand on left hip bone. Press the hip down and keep it there as the right leg goes out to the side. Use your elbow as the kickstand for this. And you can do a little bit of rocking of the leg towards the shoulder and away. We pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands at the top. And now pull the leg across, the right arm goes out, palm to the sky. You keep the hip down to get more stretch in the lateral hip and thigh. You can pull the hip up to get more stretch across the glute into the low back. But in either case, the shoulder blade is down on the right side and your head turns away looking at your right hand. Pull the leg a little closer to your shoulder and rotate it internally. Find a little bit more stretch where you need it. The knee can soften or bend as needed for you to feel the right stretch for your body. We unwind left shoulder to waist to right glute to bring the leg up. Give it a little hug here. Increase the stretch at the back line of that leg. And then we'll pull the knee in and brace the leg to your chest. And the band comes off the right leg, the right foot. Slide the right foot forward, shake out both legs. There's a nice moment of comparison here where you feel the difference in weight and length and energy in the two legs. And also in the low back. So next we get ready, we're going to take the band and place it on the left foot. Again, across the ball with the arch. Elbows down, foot high. Bend the knee is necessary if the hamstrings require that. We don't want to feel too much pull behind the knee. And then you can do a soft point and a flex. Rolling through the foot, curling the toes and then unfurling them. The elbows slide closer to your hips in order to release the shoulders away from your ears. And we end in a point, where we circle. Inhale, bring it across and then go low. Pivot from your elbows, try to keep the wrist straight. So the forearm and the strap and the leg are all in the same plane as you move around through the air with your leg. So you start with that short inhale as the leg pulls over, and then it's a long, deep exhale, pushing the air out of your lungs until you get to the top of the movement. We're breathing here and focusing on the breath and the stability of the torso on the ground and the length and mobility of the leg as it moves here through the air. We'll do one last one in this direction. Enjoy the stretches you feel all around the leg and the work you feel in your core. And now let's bring the leg out to the left. Push it low, drag it low across the other leg, pull it up high to the ceiling. Try to make the circle a little larger with every repetition, but be sure that you're also controlling the movement of your body. The torso should be heavy, grounded, and not rocking from side to side. That way we can enjoy both the stretch and the stability and get the benefits of both. We're gonna take the leg out one last time. The whole right side is heavy as the left leg moves to the left, and the left side of the body is heavy as the leg moves to the right. At the top, we take the ends of the band in the left hand on right hip bone, open the leg out to the side and rock it towards your shoulder and a little bit away. It's just a gentle bounce here of the finger head on the hip joint. Exhale to pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands on the band, extend the left arm out, look at the hand, maybe stretch away from you, pull the leg across, whatever point feels like a great stretch for your leg, for your low back, across your chest. Keep that left shoulder grounded and heavy, and we're going to rotate that leg internally and pull it towards your shoulder. Increase the stretch to the point where you love the stretch and you're not afraid of it. And then let's pull the hip down, dig the leg straight up, give it another little stretch here through the back of the leg, and then you pull the knee in, the band to the side, hug it in, embrace it, and then release it forward. Shake out the legs, give a little comparison here. Certainly much happier than they were when we walked in, right? So here we'll pull the right leg in, hands to the back of the thigh, left leg up, and we roll forward and up. To come sit at the front third of your mat, rolling like a ball. So we can bring the hands to the shins. First time, you might want to take your hands to the back of your thigh. Even, I don't know, 100 the first time, right? But we want to round the spine as much as you can by pulling the tail up and doing an upright curl. Sink the belly into the spinal curve. We lift the tail and roll only to the shoulder blades. Shoulders, the top of the shoulders, the neck and the head stay off the ground. So it's an inhale, press the feet together, push the hands into the legs, and press the legs out into your hands. Elbows widen forward to increase the space between the blades so the ribs can drop back in a nice curve as you roll. And then you're also trying to roll in a straight line right down the midline of your mat, and then right back up it. If it still feels a little rocky, you can always take an extra inhale to think of expanding the back, opening it wide like a balloon being filled from inside. Pull back, and then exhale, come up. We're moving now into the ab series. So we'll take the right hand to the right ankle on your right shin, left hand below the knee on that same right shin. Pick up the leg, push the shin up into the air, and then stretch the left leg long as you roll back to your upper up curl with the elbows wide. Look down your nose at your abs. Inhale, switch. Left hand to left ankle and switch right hand to right ankle. You can pull the knee in as close as you can and then shoot it straight out of the hip joint. Use the connection of your hand to your leg and your leg pushing up into your hands to have you come a little bit deeper into the abdominal work here that you feel. We're going to end with the left leg pulled in and pull the right leg to meet it, legs zip together. Double leg stretch, arms and legs rise to the sky. Circle the arms, embrace the legs in. Hold yourself in that upper curl. If you need a ball behind your head, you can always grab one or take it underneath your shoulder blades. Stretch it open, pull it tight, gaze stays down, no matter what the legs are doing. We'll do one last one. As soon as the arms start to circle, the knees pull into your chest, and then rest your head down. Turn your head side to side. And then taking your hands to the back of the thigh, come to your upper curl, push the legs forward to help you lift a little bit deeper into the curve, and then the right leg is up, hands high on the ankle or calf, left leg is down, inhale, switch the legs. You draw beautiful arcs in the air, parallel to each other, your gaze down onto your navel. Take a deep breath in, and then take a deep breath out. Try to feel that stretch in the back of your leg, and also the lift of your body towards the thigh as you connect. Last time, left hand to left leg, both legs up, hands behind your head. We pull the head up, we pull the elbows down into the belly, and then we slide the toes across the ceiling just a few inches. Feel the increasing load in your abdominals and try to press your waist down. Exhale to lift the legs up across the ceiling and back to vertical. So you reach them away, you squeeze them together. You're cautious with this so that you don't overwork your back, but you do challenge the abdominal line. Let's stretch away, feel that intensity increase in the lower abs. And try not to fall flat as the legs reach out. We'll do that one more time. Toes are soft as they skate across the sky. And then you lift them up. And here we twist to the right. And then to the left. You pull the armpit up and across to the opposite inner thigh. You're looking down at the outside of your hip as you go. But this is really rotation plus flexion. We're trying not to side bend. Trying to get a deep twist, chest to leg. We'll do one last set here. And then pull back to center. Rest down. And then stretch the arms back and the legs forward. Just open up the whole body here. To rest and open up into the breath. All right, must be spring, jackets are coming off. Right, from here, you can roll up to sitting. And we start with the legs apart. If your hamstrings are tight, you may want to sit elevated on a yoga block. There's plenty open back there. If you're at home, you can always use a book. Or even like a small ottoman or even a chair if they're really tight. So we start with the arms extended for spine stretch. Press the arms down, widen the chest and lift the heart, and then look down and dive forward. It leads the way for the spine to curve forward, the waist pulls back. You're diving over, gaze looks into the center of the mat, into the center of your belly. And then we press down through the back of the legs, through the sits bones, and zip your back up an imaginary wall. The collarbones widen as you float the chest high and look out at the horizon with a soft gaze. Look down again, feel the weight of your head, the weight of your skull. Reach forward from the back of the head here, out over and down in a beautiful curve. Dive forward, dive out, reach forward, reach back simultaneously through that waistline to open up the space here in your sacrum. And then we press down to rise. Feel how the shoulder blades move as the ribs fill in, and then you lift your chest. The scapula will move on your back without you actually thinking about it. Go over again. The arms are carried here by the movement of your spine. And then stay here, just breathe. Go back with your waist. Increase the curvature of your back. If you're on a yoga block or another elevated surface, come off of it now. We're going to sit a little bit more forward on the mat for open leg balance and rocker. So you will come here and sit back on your sacrum, pull the tail up, one hand behind each side. Alternately, the hands can go through the legs. And as you pick up your feet, your hands are right above your ankles. The right leg extends up, the shoulder stays down, and then exhale, you pull that leg back, edges of the feet connect, and on the left. And exhale, bring it back. Right again. Try to maintain the balance, even though the load is changing and it's asymmetrical here in our bodies. Good. Both. They both go up. And then they come down again. Your hands can rotate around as you extend the legs, so mine start inside. Then they go around to the outside of the cat. Let's hold it here. Look into your core. Your hands can also be on your thighs. And then pull the waist back a little bit. Pull the tail and roll back to your shoulder blades. Open leg balance. Open leg rocker. First one's always a little rocky. So here we go. We go back again. Exhale, come forward and up. And one more time. Close the legs, bend your knees, feet are grounded. We grab the bands again. And then we'll roll back. You can just keep your feet grounded as you go back. And then once you're all the way down, for corkscrew, we're going to pull the knees into your chest and take the band around both feet. Lift the legs up to the ceiling here. Anchor your elbows low by your waist. Soft point with your feet. Now we're trying to draw a circle in the air, the size of a basketball or a volleyball. I don't know, are they the same? And similar to that size anyway. So take the legs over to the right, circle around forward, around to the left, and back up to the top. Try to hold the pelvis as still as possible on the mat so you feel more stretched laterally across the hip and leg as you do this. Nice and slow, so every circle it's a short inhale and a long exhale. Pull the abdominal wall, move it down in towards the spine at the end of the breath. And then we go left to right. The elbows are heavy, the back of the arms sinking towards the ground. Leave the chest widening with every breath. We end going left to right. And then you can fold the knees in. And then it's off to the side. All right, rocking forward, come up to sitting here for saw. So if you were on a yoga block before, grab it now. And sit on it, right? So legs will be open a little wider than they were for the spine stretch, a little wider than your mat. And we'll extend the arms out to the side, reach long through the fingertips. So you press down through the arms, lift up through your heart, lift up through your halo, and rotate to the right. The back of the left hand to the outside of the leg. Slide your head forward towards your foot. Try to get your ear, the opposite ear to the knee. And reach the back arm long behind you, stretch out through every single fingertip. We pull up, holding that rotation, unwind, and then spin in the other direction. Dive over and reach. You're going to get more benefit from the exercise if you're elevated and if you feel tight in your body. Lift to come up. Because otherwise, if you're not elevated, you'll end up feeling like your body's locking you down. You can also, if you aren't elevated, you can also bend your knees and see if that gives you more feeling of stretch and length. Lift to come up. See, is that better? And then go over. Now, as you twist to one side, be sure the opposite glute is pushing down, like you're bolting down through your sits bones. Come up. And let's do one more set. We don't get nearly enough rotation in our bodies in everyday life. It's like a pleasure for the body. It's a chance for it to really move the vertebrae in ways that they don't normally move. Come all the way upright, center here, and then legs together. We're going to flip over onto your stomach for a swan. So let's start today with the hands by the armpits. Elbows are lifted up and back behind you. Legs can be a little bit apart. Back at, well, front of the foot, pressing into the ground. Your head is off the mat so you can breathe. You're looking down and slightly forward. Try to push the mat down and push the mat towards your heels. And you pull the eyes and the chest forward and up. Try to feel that stretch in the abs, the shoulders pulled together and down your back. And then we zip the belly into the mat, coming down from the pubic bone to the navel, to the ribs, to the chest, and then flip the head off the ground. Pull back with the arms, pull forward with the heart and the eyes. Come up. Look up with your eyes as hard as you can to see if you can get a little more lift. And down again. We just do one more here. The elbows pull back down and in. Try to squeeze the back of your rib cage to open the front. And then all the way down. And then we push off. Sit up and back into your child's pose. Round your spine, curve it here. And then forward onto your forearms for single leg kick. All right, feel the bones of the pelvic girdle here. Pull yourself forward and try to drag away from them. The elbows are pulling back and down. The fists are into the mat. We kick the right heel in twice, 1, 2, and then lay it down. The left, 1, 2, and lay it back. Really try to hold the pelvis steady into the ground so that you're not rocking your butt up and down off the mat. You should do that. If that happens to you, it's because the hips are a little tight, but this little stretch is also helpful to open up your hips, right? You're gonna feel that stretch in your quad. You might also realize that it's also helping open up your psoas muscles and deep hip flexors as well. One more set. First, watching your alignment so it's comfortable for your knees. And now we go down with a double leg stretch. So turn your head to the right. Overlap your hands high on the rib cage. And the elbows drop to the side. The legs reach out long. Here, we take an inhale to lengthen the spine. As you exhale, 3 beats with both legs simultaneously. Pulse 1, 2, 3. The feet go down. You can take the arms back, palms up or in, and try to lift your chest into a cobra position, a swan position, eyes up the wall. Come down and turn your head to the left, heads back on the ribs, the elbows fall. And then again, exhale 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. The feet are down, inhale to rise. As you get more open in the chest, you can bring the thumbs intertwine them, and the wrists have to stay long, the hands stay long here too. Going down, look to the right. 3 pulses. Legs down, arms rise. Keep them low, because if you take them too high, it's going to be really hard to lift the chest off the ground. Come down, looking to the left. Right cheek on the mat. And you do your 3 pulses here with your legs. Feet to the ground, you lift the eyes, you lift the heart, you lower the hands, you stretch the legs. And you come back down. We'll do one more set. Pump the air out of your lungs with this pulsing action of your feet, of your legs. Legs down, lift, open the chest, or the pull across the collarbones, down again to the left, and left set. The legs are down, you reach the arms way behind you, squeeze the back of the ribs to open the front of the rib cage, and come down, hands by your shoulders, push off the ground, curve back, child's pose. Breathe into your back. And we'll start the spine coming up. All right. We're going to practice for neck pull next. So with this version of the neck pull, we're using the hairband around your feet. This might be one where you want to use ankle weights if you find that you don't like doing it this way and you want to try the ankle weights here rather than. So we're just going to start with the legs a little apart, 5 inches apart, and the band around both feet, choke up on your bed, and sit tall. So what we're going to do with this exercise is we start leaning back in a plank. So you tip back, and you only go as far as you feel comfortable. And then you tuck, you look down, and then you round your back and go down in flexion like we used to do. You don't want to go too low in the plank. You want to protect your spine. Now from here, we're coming up with the head, neck, and chest. Pull the hands back. Try to pull them together and then dive over. Bring your head down by your knees. And then stack your spine coming upright, bottom to top. Okay. So we lean back, reach out through your legs, reach out through your heels. Try to keep pulling them forward as you lean back in a plank. So the head is up in line with your neck and the rest of your spine. And then as you approach the ground, you curl the tail up and you roll the leg back down. You're all the way down. You're going to pull back with the hands. Curve your body forward, over your belly, over your thighs. You're pulling back with the hands here, elbows wide and forward. And then stack your spine coming up, taking some of the tension out of the bed now. We'll do it again. So lean back, flat back. Heels go forward. Your gaze is 90 degrees from the angle of your spine. And then you curl back, rolling the spine into the ground. You can pull the hands towards your chest. And then press them together, coming up. Back forward over your legs here. And then the elbows narrow as you stack the body up. All right. We're going to roll back now into the floor for shoulder bridge. The arms can go forward. Lifting them is a little more difficult, right? So take the arms at a place where you're challenged to go down with control with your spine into the ground. Then the arms at your side. Let's bend the knees, bringing the heels in maybe 6 to 8 inches from your sits bones, and lengthen the arms here at your side. The feet only about 4 to 5 inches apart. Spread your feet into the ground, and we begin with a pelvic tuck. So you press your waist down, you curl yourself forward and up as the knees drive forward. You're lifting your spine from the bottom to the top. Come all the way up to rest on the shoulder blades, and then you can press the top of the shoulders down, roll slightly to the outer edge of the arms, and then boost your hips up higher. Feel the weight to the inside edges of your feet, and then lift your hips even more. Now from here, we're going to march. So you're going to pick your right heel up and pick the knee up. Try to do it without dropping the pelvic half, and then lower the foot down, roll through the foot, toe, ball, heel. And then lift the hips if they come askew. And now we're picking up the left knee. When you lift the knee, try to lift the hip bone crest on that side. And then we lower it down, leaning the hip bone crest to the air. The left side of the body, cantilever off the right. And now here, picking up the right leg, slow march. Use the lift of your knee to help you organize the pelvis, suspend it in midair, so parallel hips across the front of the body. It takes a lot of control and a lot of work for your oblique abdominals to hold that hip up on a diagonal line from the opposite side of your torso. You also need a lot of support from the back line of your body. We're doing one more set, coming up with the right leg. Even as you lower the knee, you're trying to keep the hip up, push it up to the ceiling, use that glute, and then push to the right leg as you pull the left leg up. Push through both arms, especially the left. And then you're bringing that down. Send into both feet, hips lift if they've dropped. And now we roll to the inner arm and we curve the spine down here 1 inch after the next. We're just going to do one bridge without the marches. Curl the tail up. Feel that release in your back as you round the curve of the spine down into the mat, and then you pull the tail forward and up. Come all the way up the top of the shoulders, push down. That will give you thoracic extension. Try to spread the chest open in the front as you pull the blades together underneath you, and boost the hips up high, but don't let the knees come apart. Find the inside line of your legs. And now we're going to roll a little bit to the inner arm, let the shoulders curve up so the blades broaden. Come down spine between the scapula, curve down to the base of the ribs, curve down to the waist, curve down over the sacrum. Finally, as you lower the tail, the waist floats up. We're now going to go up one more time and try adding one leg up to the ceiling. So we begin with the pelvic curl, tail rises and moves forward and out into space. You snake your spine off the mat, coming forward and out over the knees. Press down through the top of the shoulders. Good, we're going to pull the right knee in. Extend the foot up to the ceiling, lift through the toes, bend the knee, lower the foot down, push down into the ground, lift that hip. Now for the left, pull the left knee up, extend the leg up, lift through the foot, keep lifting through the knee as you bend the knee down, and then lower the foot to the ground. Hips elevated one more time. So push through the floor with the arms and the feet. Pull the right knee in, extend the leg, foot lifts to the sky, reach through it, then bend the knee, then you lower the foot down. Double check, does it still feel like the hip is elevated? Let's do the other side. Pull the left knee in, extend the foot up. Hip rises with the lift of the foot. Keep the hip up as you bend the knee, and now lower the foot down. Push the hip up more as you put the foot into the floor, and then roll your whole spine down. Come all the way down. It would be an easy exercise if you didn't have to keep the hips elevated, right? All right, so here we're coming up now for spine twist. So you can come up to sitting, and again, sit on your blocks if you're using them. Try to sit right on top of your sits bones, bend the knees a little bit if you have to, become really vertical here with your body. Extend the arms out to the side and reach along to your fingertips, your flex. Push the arms down, lift up, and then rotate to the right. Pulse 1, 2, 3, lift to center, and then spin to the left. Reach around your own axis, come back, and again. Remember, as you twist, you're not throwing the arm in front of the body. Keep the arms apart, but 170 degrees, no matter where you are in this. Twist here. Center, and again, one last set. Last time to the left. Opposite hip is heavy as you rotate the spine. Come center and lower the arms. Okay, jackknife. So options are, number 1, you don't have to do it. You would not do it if you have osteo or if you're pregnant, or if it makes you nervous and you have a neck issue, right? Otherwise, you can do a modified version with the hips on top of a roller, or you can go from the ground. So you can also watch if you want to just watch the first one and then see. If you're used to doing like shoulder stands in yoga, that's basically it, right? So we can start laying down on our backs, pull the knees into the body. If you're on the roller, pull the roller tight in position. We'll extend the legs up to the sky. Press the hands down, take the legs forward a bit. You inhale to lift the legs, you exhale to push the hips up. The legs are over your face. If you wish here, you can extend the legs up higher, opening the hips, and then exhale, lower them down. We inhale to start to roll the upper back down. The shoulders will curve up as you push into the palm of your hand. And exhale all the way down, get your spine to the ground, tailbone down. You do it again. Starts with the inhale, riding up and over. Exhale to pick up the hips. Lift the legs here. The legs lower and work your way down. All the way down. Thanks for coming to class and staying as long as you could. If I miss you tomorrow, have a wonderful spring break. Yeah. And let's do that one more time. So legs extend to your working level. We lift up. Use the breath to assist the lift. The gaze is always up. And then we can come on down. The higher the legs are up, the harder it is to control it on the descent. We'll come all the way down here and then pull the legs in. All right, you can come off your rollers. And then here, let's go onto our sides. We're going to do just a little bit of the side kicks. All right, so you want to have your shoulder, the back of your head in line with your sacrum. And then stick your tail out as you bring the legs forward, maybe 30 degrees or so. You're not just collapsed into the arm. You want to pull the elbow in, the elbow that's supporting the head. The other hand in front of your chest can push down so you feel like some work into the upper body as well as the arms. Top leg up, flexing the foot, flexing both feet. Inhale, the top leg swings forward, pulses 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back. Gaze straight ahead, pulse 1, 2 behind you. Bring it forward, the knee stays straight as you reach forward to stretch out the calf and the hamstring. Point the foot, reach back, use your glute, and open the hip to a lengthen here across the hip. Double beat forward, the bottom leg has to be pressing into the ground. Our goal is to keep the body perfectly still on its sideline, which is really hard, while you're swinging this long leg back and forth. Push it back again one last time, and come back to center. We lower the leg, we rotate it externally. Point the foot, lift the leg up high, flex the foot, and bring it down long, heel to heel. Point to draw the leg up and flex to pull it closed. Again, imagine a big rubber band around your leg. Pull it open, prevent it snapping shut. Now reverse, flex the foot to lift. Point the foot to lower down. Flex to rise, you're still in turn out. Point and reach it away. Pull the head away from your tail, pull the tail away from your head. Développé, we bend the knee, we point it up to the ceiling, you pull the knee to your shoulder, you extend the leg, you flex the foot, straight leg down. So point the foot, glide, knee to shoulder, extend the knee, flex the foot, straight leg to the heel to heel. One more, point the foot, pull in, knee to shoulder, lift, flex, and down, reverse. Straight leg, flex foot up in the air. Point the foot, bend the knee, skate the leg down the bottom leg, and with the flex foot, lift it up. Point the foot, bend the knee, and then skate the leg forward one last time. Feel that length in your waist. Up, point, bend, skate the leg down all the way. Rond de jambe, big circle. Inhale forward. Really find the connection, everything you can to the ground. Right, so both arms are supporting you. The bottom leg is supporting you. Your breath supports you. Even the lengthening from head to tail gives you more connection and support through the whole chain of your body. Let's do one more here. And now we reverse it. Take the leg back, spiral the leg open, around, forward, and through center. Just like single leg circles on our backs, we're getting that rotation of the leg on the hip. However, it's much more difficult to keep the stability here when you're on your sideline. Right, one final circle in this direction. All right, and then we're going to lay on your stomach here for a little work into the glutes. Overlap your hands and rest your forehead on your hand. And then let's take the legs into parallel. And here we'll bend the right knee, point the foot to the ceiling, press down through the right hip bone, lift the knee off the ground, and then extend the leg out and lower it with control. And the left, bend the knee, lift the knee up, hip bone down on the left side, extend the leg out, reach it out long, get the work into your glute, lower the leg, other side. So we bend the right knee, hip bone down, pick up the knee, extend the leg out and away, lower to the floor, and now for the left. Bend the knee, pick up the knee, hip bone into the ground, extend the leg out, try to lift a little higher, and then bring it down. Good. We're going to sit back in a child's pose. Round the back here. Stack your spine bottom to top. Coming up, other side for your side kicks. All right, so find your side seam. That's where you are. The legs move forward about 30 degrees. You can press your top hand into the ground in front of the chest. Feet flex. Pick up your top leg And then we slide that leg forward, pulse 1, 2, out through the heel, point the foot, take it back, pulse and reach 1, 2 from the hip, use your glute. Flex to go forward, double pulse, point to go back, reach and reach again. Flex forward, bottom leg presses into the ground to help you stabilize. Watch with the movement that you're only moving as far as you're not swinging your torso in the opposite direction. It's really common for the body to go back as the leg goes forward, and that just means that you're still a little tight through the hip there. So it's going to help you to hold the body stable and then stretch away. That'll help you open. Come back to center, lower the leg. We rotate externally, toes point up, point to lift, flex to lower, squeeze the air out from between your legs. Point to rise and flex to pull it down. We do that again, point lift and flex down. Let's do one more, point rise and flex close. Now reverse, keep the flex foot. Up with the flex foot, point the foot lower down. Flex to lift, point stretch it away. Flex up, point all the way down. And once more. Développé, you bend the knee, slide the leg in, you pull the knee to the shoulder, extend the leg, flex, and reach out and down. Point glide, knee to shoulder, lift, flex, and reach away. See how many muscles in your legs you feel when you do this? Really is a full leg workout to do the whole series. And now, reverse, right? Up with the flex foot. Did we already do that? Nope. Thank you. And then slide it down. Lift here, point and bend, and skate it forward. One more time. Thank you for keeping track for me. And here we are. And now we circle, rond de jambe, bring the leg forward, up, back, around, and through center. Hold the hips steady on the ground, hold the torso steady on the edge of your sideline. We'll do one more in this direction. Keep reaching away from your stable center, and now let's reverse. Take the leg back, open the hip, circle around and forward. You have your ability to keep the body balanced here on its edge while you move the leg, help strengthen your core, as well as increase your flexibility. All right, beautifully done. So now we'll come up to sitting. All right, please your breath. So we're taking the band again and take it around the feet. I know, I'm sighing inside too. The end, like you know you've already worked out, right? So here we are. So we can start with a pelvic tuck, walk back onto your sacrum, pick up your knees, pick up your feet. We're to balance here, elbows wide, I recommend, because the back widens and it's easier to curve the spine. So we want to keep the curve in the spine as you push the legs out into space. Try not to arch your back. You want to try to have like a bowling ball here at your navel, pushing your waist down, and then slowly pull the knees in, pull the body, the torso where it is. And you press out into your feet. The bend gives you support, and then pull it back. Yes, good. And again, reach. And then return. Lower your heels, open your knees, dive between your legs. And then we're coming up. We're rocking back onto the sacrum again, the spine in the C curve. Lift your feet. For women, it's toes to eye level. For guys, the feet usually a little bit lower. All right, and now we hold the feet where they are, like they're up against a wall, and you hold the spine down. You can practice this literally with your feet against a wall too. So try to get down to the waist, and then pull the head and chest up, pulling the torso towards the stable legs. It's gonna be harder, that red band is a little, it's lighter, right? So you might even fold the band in, like double up on it, right? And then it'll give you more support. Yeah. This is definitely an exercise for a heavier band, I think. Not true of all of it, but this one, yes. So round your back into the ground, and then think upright curl, pull up, and again, heels down, right forward between your legs. Come upright. Last one, we're doing both the upper and the lower body. So we're going to come back to balance on that sacrum. And as you start by lifting the tail and rounding the lower back down, and then push the legs away. And then we're going to pull the torso and the knees towards each other. Yes, good. And again. Just be sure your back is round, that it's not arching, that it's not flat. You would imprint your back into the mat just like you do when you do a roll down, and then pull it back together. Come up like so. And one last time. Those are good. Around here. If you want, you would go down so the heels touch and the blades touch. Lay your head down. Lift your head up, up row curl, flip the legs up, pull them in. Bend. All right. And we just have a minute. So roller onto your stomachs for some swimming. We'll extend the legs back and the arms forward, the roller halfway between your elbows and your wrists. Pull the head forward, the shoulders down your back, and should lift the heart. And then here, kick the legs from the glutes. Good thing we warmed them up early. Should lift a little bit higher into extension with the help of the roller, pull it in towards your armpits. And one more breath. So you go down, child's pose. Round your back here after going into extension, and then come on up. Our last exercise today will be seal. Another rolling exercise. So we begin with the edges of the feet together, hands between the legs. Wrap your hands around the outside of the ankles. Curl the tail up, pull the waist back, round your back, and balance again on that sacrum like we just did in teaser. We open and close the legs, clapping by opening the knees and closing them 3 times here. Inhale, roll back to balance on your shoulder blades. Clap once, come back and clap 3 times. Or do that again. Push the arms into the legs into the arms. Come back. Maybe twice, clapping there. And then see if you can go back and clap 3 times with your butt in the air. Try to lift through the tail. And then up and clap 3 times here. And of course, the key is, can you manage to do it with your head staying off the ground? No slamming the brain into the floor, right? One more time. All right, and then forward. All right, I just realized, do not roll in this shirt that has a zipper sticking into my back. So lesson for today, learned. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll miss you next week. So enjoy your break, for those of you who have one. And I will see you on the return, and then watch the videos if you get a chance. All right, everyone, great job. Thank you so much.